Hey folks, I'm back. It's me, Mahmood Chowdhury, aka the People's Coach, aka your host and speaker for today. Welcome back to all my educational and motivational and inspirational and insightful videos. Now, in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about depression. Now, let me bring a few things to your attention, and that is this. I'm no expert in this subject matter whatsoever, but I do have a perspective on depression, and that is all it is. You can take it as factual, or you don't even have to accept what I have to say. It's entirely up to you. Now, the thing with depressed people is that they think they know themselves, but maybe it could be the fact that they only know depression. What do you think about that? Because, let me give you an example. Whatever you're focusing on, sooner or later, that is what you're going to become. If you're focusing on happiness, contentment, and you're living that moment by moment, day by day, or you're trying to nourish that into your life, you will soon become that, because that is your focus. So whatever you focus on, that is what you become. If it's depression through negative energy, with negative people, negative thinking, sooner or later, of course, you're going to become depressed. And sooner or later, that is all that you're going to be closed off to. You're only going to see the good as the bad, and bad things as good or even worse. That's the thing I'm trying to bring to your attention, folks. It's what you focus on and what you interpret that focus to be. So, if it's something good, you can either interpret it as something positive and productive and constructive, or you can interpret something good as destructive. It's your perception, and it's what you focus your time, your energy, and your commitment to. So if it's focusing on negative things, well, of course you're going to have psychological illnesses. Easier said than done, right? But I'll tell you what, we have the ability to choose one emotion after another. A constructive emotion from a destructive emotion. It's entirely up to us. It's what we focus on each and every moment, phase by phase, day by day, throughout the rest of our life. This is what is going to dictate how we become as an individual, our state of well-being, mentally, psychologically, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, and socially. So folks, be careful about what you spend time in focusing on throughout your day, throughout your moments. Because once that becomes a habit, you can end up in a miserable place, such as depression, being depressed. Because you're only going to have a tunnel vision of life being against you. You're so negative. And you think that there's no way out. But in fact, in actuality, you have choices. You have a choice to be happy. You have a choice to be sad. You have a choice to be mad. You have a choice to be glad. You have a choice to be grateful. You have a choice to be respectful. And so on and so on. You get the gist. It's what you focus on time and time again. And the other thing about focusing on is that you will end up focusing on something negative that will lead to depression eventually if you don't replace it with something good, something constructive and powerful. And that has to be a habit. Otherwise, you'll end up going back to the same old place over and over again. I'll give you another example. A person who is on drugs. They've been on drugs for a very, very long time, and they find it hard to stop that habit because they don't have anything as powerful as that negative habit to replace it with. And even if they have something as powerful, are they going to be motivated in terms of doing that opposite thing, which is more productive? It's a struggle, it's a battle. And I'm not here to give you the answers because I don't have the answers, and I'm not saying that I do. These are just thoughts, these are just suggestions I'm putting out there. It's what we do with our mind that will cause us to either be very ill mentally, because as soon as we become mentally ill, we become physically ill. At some point, it will catch up with you. It's how you condition your mind. I've talked about this in numerous amount of videos, over and over again, about empowering, enlightening your mind. You have to nourish it day by day, because if you leave it abandoned, those thoughts are going to eat you up inside. You're going to manifest negativity. And then all of a sudden you become bitter, a bitter person, a resentful person. And all of a sudden you hate life, you hate your creator, you hate people. And all of a sorts. You have terrible relationships because you're always blaming and shaming. So folks, these are just a few things I thought I might throw out there and bring it to your attention. That's all. It's not a solution, it's not an answer to depression. It's just something to think about. Until then, have a beautiful day. Take care, stay strong, stay focused, and always live to learn to power and inspire the lives of many as well as yourself. Bye for now.